Knights will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back looking for help. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Illinois Fighting Illini offense will have the ball first. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Punt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And, David, if you like big plays, and I know you do, and highlight real catches, and I know you do, we've got a guy for you on this offense.
Man, it's so fun to watch him, not for defensive coordinators and defensive players, but this is a guy that can make plays all over the field. He will be highlighted, just the speed, the playmaking, the catching ability. Jesse, he will make plays early and often.
Man, it is so nice as a quarterback when you have a guy like that lining up because you can just throw it anywhere in his vicinity and trust he's going to find a way to get it done and make the catch. Even when he's defended, he is always open, and you're going to see him line up all over the field, and he'll get the ball in a variety of ways.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And the Scarlet Knights will punt it away on fourth down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. At the 35, he's got room. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Luke Altmaier started his career as a backup to Matt Corral at Ole Miss, but man, did he blossom for the Fighting Illini. Had their best season in more than 20 years, and maybe more in store for him, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there were still a lot of fans that I think were skeptical when the transfer portal news came out that he was going to be joining Illinois, and people wanted to see what all the hype was about. You saw it last year, not just running the ball, but making big plays through the air. Really curious to see if Luke Altmaier can take the next step this season, because if they do, this is going to be a really, really tough team to beat.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Scanning the field, it's Altmaier. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He's got an open man. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the play fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in, it's Dixon. He's guided out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Nice job by the defense there on third and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up fourth.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. That is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Duff. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on first down. A strike downfield. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The defense will quickly use a timeout. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. To the air, it's Altmaier. Makes the grab.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't, and you got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Back to pass on second down. Finds his back in the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And a great job by the QB, find the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Clement. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Back to pass. It's Altmaier. Rushes on him. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They'll throw it from the red zone. Oh, they're after him. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first-half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary college football?
You sound very discouraged, as I sound encouraged. That's great defense, phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the bootleg. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
It's as if the end zone has a no trespassing sign on it, but here a chance to score the first touchdown of the game. To throw, it's Altmaier. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Illinois! And that one will give them the lead.
I don't know, guys. The way this game's going, the defensive tug-of-war this has been, that might be enough right there. Points have been difficult to come by, but the offense found a way to get it done. Really nice job of execution there on that drive.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Easy completion on the shuffle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oh, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field. Nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
And the Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds the tight end. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That's the end of the period. It's Illinois with the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So first down will open up the final period. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving. Get a few...
Oh, he's got some space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Touchdown, finding Illini. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They march the ball 51 yards for the score. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Weber. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
The Scarlet Knights in a good spot here with second and short. Catch in the middle. It's Weber. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Duff. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally Those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And the Scarlet Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. That's reeled in. It's Campbell. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Scarlet Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are, it's late, everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
And the Scarlet Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Catch in the middle, it's Fletcher. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.